So my name's Juan, and I'm working with a few different organizations. We pulled together a team to try to make sure that the community members that came here today would be able to operate within a safe space. And so we were really trying to make this a peaceful demonstration and make sure that the police weren't hitting people or anything. That's why you saw us trying to create a barrier between the SWAT team and the people. That way we could have a buffer between them. There's many mothers and children out here that we want to protect, and we understand people are angry, and we definitely want them to exercise their rights. We were right there along with them doing chants. We're just trying to make sure we maintain peace because we're trying to show strength to community here and what we can do to build in a positive way. And so just not trying to feed into that hateful stuff that's going on. I know there was some things going on today, but it's based out of a place of anger, and we just try to at least quell that. That way people could operate here and exercise their free rights in a safe space.
So let me ask you this. I mean, at any point in time where I saw people pushing back to you guys, and they didn't know exactly maybe who you were, but
I mean, we were here from the get-go, and a lot of people showed up late. We helped facilitate the march through downtown, so most people knew our role as helping to provide security to the march and maintain some structure. And so for a lot of the people that showed up late, they weren't part of the march. They didn't see that happening, but they did see us trying to at least create some control to help not get people hurt. And so I think that's probably where some of the confusion was.
What was the protest or the march all about?
I mean, what we were out here to do is say that New Mexico's not down for hate coming into our state, any racist ideas. As you know, we're a majority people of color state, and so we can't stand here and let a racist bigot come into our state and say all this terrible rhetoric that hurts our communities. And we wanted to be able to come out together and show that we do not believe in that. We believe in a better way. And sometimes that does come in a big form of protest, which happened today.
So let me ask you this: when you say that they hate the rhetoric, what is specifically the hate the rhetoric you're talking about?
I mean, we had many undocumented people from undocumented communities here. Trump says very hateful things about him. We had people of the Muslim faith marching with us today. Trump says terrible stuff about them. Trump says very sexist and bad things about women, very disrespectful things. None of that is needed, especially from the leader of our country. And so we do not want that as someone who wants to be the leader of our country. That's exactly what our country isn't. And we're trying to move away from that and show that there's a better way, especially with people of color here. We are the strength of this community. We're the growing population. We make up so many of the jobs that keep this country going. And so we want to just be able to show that, hey, we are part of this community, and you can't just slanderize us on a whim to build momentum for your presidential campaign.
So let me ask you this. Obviously, you're not going to vote for Trump. Who would you vote for in the election? Would it be Hillary or Bernie?
I mean, I've been up in the air about it, to be quite honest with you. I thought Bernie could be a little bit more left, in my opinion, but he's the best out there. I went to his rally and I appreciated what he had to say. And when you went to his rally, you saw a very diverse group of people, very young people, people of all color, LGBT community. And so I think that's what is our country right now. The people who are in the audience were in our country. And so if you see those types of people who are building the momentum as we move to the future, if that's what they want, then it's signifying that America's ready for a change in a different way.
So let me ask you this, because someone is going to become president. It could be Hillary, it could be Bernie at this point, or it could be Trump. But if Trump was elected, what do you think? Would there be more protest? Because I think that I heard a little bit of the protest kind of turn into, upset about the police as well.
Well, I mean, of course they're upset about the police. There's a history of police murdering people in Albuquerque that goes back decades. All these people probably know someone that's been harassed by police. So of course there's a lot of issues with police here. That hasn't been forgotten. And so when you bring a big police presence where people are already frustrated with the process, of course that's what's going to happen. That shouldn't come at any surprise. And so that is what it is. And I have to say that the consent decree has not done near enough to quell the frustration and fear of police in this town.
Is there anything else you want to add?
I'll say that a lot went down here today, but if you were here all day long, you saw a lot of positivity. You saw a lot of people singing, coming together. We had a lot of support on the streets when we were marching. I'm sure the news is going to cover, the fires of T-shirts being burned and other things, but this was way bigger than that. And so don't let them try to pigeonhole us into people who don't want something positive for our community, because that's why we're here.